They say monetary incentives is the best way to make people do whatever you want them to do. And that was the reason why an international financial action task force was established in 1989. Pakistan has been recently in this news related to Financial Action Task Force. So in this video, we are going to look about this entire story of what is FATF, Financial Action Task Force, and what's this whole story of Pakistan so scared of this committee at an international level. So let's start. As usual, before we delve deeper into our lines of discussion, what are we going to talk about in today's video? First, we start off with what is Financial Action Task Force. Second, we move on to see what are the basic objectives of Financial Action Task Force. Then we move on to see about two lists named as Greylist and Blacklist and how is Pakistan related to the same. And towards the end, we see about this current buzz of why Pakistan is so nervous about something which is going to happen very soon at an international level. Financial Action Task Force, in short, is basically an institution which is created by the G7 countries in 1989. It is a policy-making body whose main aim is to curb money laundering. But after the attacks of 9/11, it has also started focusing more on terror financing. So in short, Financial Action Task Force overviews all the matters related to money where that money is used for illegal activities, majorly towards things like terrorism, black markets, human trafficking, etc. on an international level. FATF has basically two types of lists. First is the blacklist and second is the grey list. So blacklist are for those countries which are known as non-cooperative countries or territories. These are those countries which actively support terrorism or money laundering activities. As of now, North Korea and Iran are both placed in this blacklist. And second, which is in bus, is the grey list. Grey list is basically a sort of lighter degree of the blacklist that we just talked about. Grey list, in short, is basically a place which is a safer haven for the terrorism activities which can be conducted inside a country. There are a few countries which are currently in this grey list, some of which are Bahamas, Botswana, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Ghana, Panama, Sri Lanka, Syria, Trinidad and Tobago, and Pakistan. But the major question which still lies over our head is what does these two lists mean in an international level? So, in short, the countries which are placed in these two lists have to suffer a lot on an international level in terms of the economics or the trade which they carry out with various partner countries. Some of these deterrences are things like economic sanctions from international institutions like International Monetary Fund, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, problems in getting loans from international institutions or other developed countries like America, Japan, etc. International boycott from various partner countries which are the part of these Financial Action Task Force and many more. Basically, their earnings take a very huge hit if they are placed in these grey list or blacklist upon the degree in which they are placed in. So what's this buzz about Pakistan and this Financial Action Task Force in today's context? Pakistan has been included in this grey list of Financial Action Task Force from June 2018 and has been asked to implement all the compliances related to Financial Action Task Force to not support this terrorism which is going on so smoothly inside that country. What Pakistan has mostly done in recent past, or for that matter the distant past, is take few tokenistic moves to please these international bodies in order to let their economies grow properly, which has taken a huge hit all around, be it in terms of fiscal deficit, their budgets, their stimulus package. Anything is not even at par with most of the similar types of countries across the world. As I said, Pakistan has taken few tokenistic moves. These tokenistic moves somewhat look like detaining few terrorists like Masood Azhar, Hafiz Saeed, while here and there they have also arrested some ground level terrorists from associations like LET, Jaish-e-Mohammed, etc. But the reason of their arrest was all under the country's Maintenance of Public Order Act and not Anti-Terrorism Act, which the rules say them to do so. The most important reason why this news has come up again in the headlines is because the Financial Action Task Force is reassembling once again in the month of February, and just before that is going to happen, Pakistan has arrested the leading mind of the 26/11 Mumbai attack. His name is Zakirur Rahman Lakhvi. And what countries like India are basically trying to pitch to this international level diplomacy is that all these things being done by Pakistan has been nothing but sort of puppet moves just to please once again this international body to not get into the blacklist and suffer even worse out there already deplorable economic condition. So that was all the buzz about the Financial Action Task Force and Pakistan's association with the same in this current context. Hope you liked and derived some value out of this video. Thank you very much for watching till the end.